Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. It's 12:57, call it 1 o'clock, the end of the first half of what I call the Twilight Zone. Watching the Dow here, only a minute and 54 seconds left in this candle. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. This is the 30-minute chart. I'm going to delete this zone right there. I'm going to delete this one as well because we've broken through and forming new levels. Delete this horizontal line, but I am going to place a new zone marker right here. This is an important part of the day. Again, 1 o'clock, been through lunch. All of Europe is closed now. London is closed actually 1 o'clock, an hour and a half ago. The last of the European markets were closed an hour and a half ago, and now it's America only, North America only, I should say. Canada is very much involved too, in a smaller way. But watching this now, 1 minute left to go in this candle. I am watching the Three Sisters as well. That's the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow, of course. Just taking this in here as we do this real time. Allow me to think a little bit here. There's some markers I was showing my group a little bit earlier. Taking no trades today, by the way, guys. It's a no trade day for me so far. Prices approaching VWAP from the underside, right? VWAP from the underside and tapping now, just trying to get through here on the S&P and made it through here, but not from the underside, from above and then back up again on the Dow. The Dow is the one I'm watching. It's behaving the strongest. This is the one I'm looking to potentially take a long on. Just going over to my own platform, getting ready to enter an order here. It'll be a buy stop order, guys, a buy stop order above that wick that you see right there. I'm just doing it on my own platform here, so give me one moment if you don't mind. I do appreciate your patience with me. Here we go. This is not live yet, though. I'll tell you when. I need ideally a bottom wick. Then I'd be looking for 30 points on this. Just 30 points. Here we go, guys. Live buy stop order. Live buy stop order. It has to do with the time of day here, too. And I'll explain the entire trade to you in a moment. Buy stop now. It is live. Targeting 684. Call it 685. 684, 685. There it is. I'm just on my own platform here doing that. Now, I would like to see more of a bottom wick first in a perfect world. But this time of day, you got to take sort of what you can get. That, by the way, I wish I didn't say. I don't think you should take what you can get. I'm saying we're taking into consideration what is pertinent and relevant, most relevant here at this time of the day versus other times of the day. And so this is what we can get, what we can take advantage of at this time of the day, which we normally wouldn't do at a different time. In other words, I would demand this bottom wick in 90% of my reversal trades. And this would be a zone reversal trade, guys. Right? Pulling down to a new, fresh zone and reversing. It could be thought of as a trend continuation with an impulse corrective and a continuation up this way. But for the sake of classifying and categorizing, that is the way I'm going to go on this one. Zone reversal. Okay? Now we're getting more of a bottom wick. That's what I wanted. So that's working into our favor here. As always, just being patient, waiting for prices to work through and do what they're going to do. This is about deciphering the dance, the music, the tempo, the rhythm, the footwork, the style of the dance, all of it. And then deciding if we want to join the dance or not. And that's the beauty of this, is that we have the option. We don't have to join any of the dances. We can join all or none or some. I choose to join some very infrequently, only when I really understand the footwork of this dance, and I can still get it wrong. By the way, guys, I've just been triggered in. I've been triggered in right there about that little blip you see right there. I'm watching the Three Sisters as well right now. You see this here? All of them moving a little higher. And he's trying to. At the same time, again, this is my first trade of the day. I sat through all of London and all of New York so far. Just came back from the gym. During the Twilight Zone, I go to the gym or go for a 6K walk. Why 6 and not 5? It's just a circuit that I have. It happens to be 6K. Today I did the gym workout. All right, not that anybody really cares, but small talk while this thing plays out. All right, back to the main trading screen. Daily chart up in the top left-hand corner, 30-minute in the bottom left-hand corner, and the 3-minute on the right-hand side with VWAP. This is the New York Open. You see the different background color there. This is the Europe session, and this is the Asian session. You can see all three sessions, every day. This is yesterday, all three, and this is today so far. There's a 20 EMA on that as well. I'm going to take that off and just watch the VWAP instead. It's a vulnerable part of the move, just breaking through VWAP, not sure what it wants to do. It's kind of an equalization that happens at VWAP. Today that counts less. If you want to know why, there's a whole list on VWAP trading playlist on my YouTube channel, which you're watching right now, of course. That explains the anatomy of VWAP and why there's an equalization, things of that nature. All right, from a daily standpoint, guys, here's what we're looking at. You'll see that it's still a bearish candle. In other words, blue color, for me, blue is a down candle. We did break below yesterday's low, but now have rejected and have moved right back into range again. And it's been a very range-bound day, hence no trades today. And that's why I sat it out today. But now we're seeing a little something that might make sense, and so I'm taking the coin toss on this one. Copy and paste. There's my marker. That's where I was triggered in. I'm going to drop down to the 2-minute chart on this, guys. There we go. Oops, not sure what that's all about. And there, drop down to the 1. There's my actual entry. You see that was about 4 minutes ago, right there. Boom, and now we're selling off immediately. That's never a good feeling when you've just entered a trade and it immediately goes against you, but that is also trading. It's not my actual stop, by the way, guys. My actual stop is a 1-to-1. Anybody watching my videos, you'll know that that's what I typically or often do, is I'll start at a 1-to-1 and then occasionally 2-to-1 or a 1.5-to-1, but today's a minimum 1-to-1, giving this a little bit of room to move, risking 30 points to make 30 points. Put you on pause for now, guys, and bring you back while this thing kind of grinds sideways. We are still in the twilight zone, but at least that first hour is done. It's 1:06 p.m. right now. Pause now. All right, guys, we're back. Had a little adverse excursion here, just kind of pulling back a little bit, but that's okay. And watching the Three Sisters here, you'll see that the NASDAQ, bear with me. Sorry guys, I had to have a drink of water there. My throat's very dry today. Lots of dry air going on here. And watching here. I'll put you back on pause. It's kind of uneventful right now. And I will bring you back. Alright guys, we're trying to push up here a little bit. Very slow. Very slow day today. You can see this daily candle's basically undecided, not sure what it wants to do. And that is most certainly the case here with the 30-minute, which has been range bound the entire New York session. I sent a note to my group saying, guys, very range bound, be careful out there. It's okay to not trade. And Again, I haven't taken any trades today. It's my first trade of the day, having sat through London and New York. I believe I mentioned that earlier, but I've been on pause for a while, so at my age, you start forgetting stuff what you said a few minutes ago. But VIX is only 17.4. 17.4 is less than 20, and 20, in my experience, is the magic number. Anything over 20 or over is where day traders have a better chance of making money, though 90% probably will lose money anyway. But under 20, when it gets under 19, when it's under 20, when it's under 19, it gets even worse. When it's under 18, it gets much more difficult. And we are in the 17 handle today, 17.4, as I mentioned. You can see it right here. I don't know if you can see that. Probably is the VIX. And the VIX on Dow and VIX on NASDAQ is 20.6. And I typically, I have been for a while trading mostly NASDAQ because it has a higher VIX. But the Dow has had cleaner action lately, and so many of my trades you will see in the last, I would say 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks have been the Dow. For that reason. Back on pause, guys. And here we are back several minutes later again. Looking to try to make a new high, but really struggling. I just sent this to my group. This is the three sisters, all just kind of oscillating around VWAP or near VWAP. And the three sisters are taking a nap here during the day. That's kind of what I sent to my group. But this is still a structure that I'm willing to flip the coin on, coming out of the twilight zone. And that's really where we are right now. You see it just made a new high now, trying to make its way higher. But I certainly would not take this trade going into the twilight zone or in the heart of the twilight zone. In other words, between 11:45 and around 1. You notice this trade was taken at exactly 1 when I got back from the gym. And check something here. Yep. 1 o'clock, 101, 102, something like that, but you get the idea. This is the 3-minute chart. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. Yeah, 102, that's right. You can see how bored I am by focusing on minutia right there. Thank you for your patience, guys, with the market and with me. Appreciate you being here and just being open to learning with a beginner's mind from this old guy who's been doing this for a long time. Before home computers were invented, before the internet was invented, before online charting programs were invented, before discount brokers were invented. You can read my history on my FAQ, frequently asked and answered questions document on my Telegram channel. You can read a little bit about how my trading started, but it was graph paper and pencil and eraser and ruler. And I used to have charts delivered to me once a week on a Friday at the end of the week. I think they came on Saturday, actually. It's a long time ago now, but this would be in the late 80s, early 90s. When most of you listening probably weren't even born. Well, some of you would be born, but it might have been children in the late 80s, early 90s. And I do have some viewers and subscribers who are older than me. They're my age and older, and I love it. Some very experienced traders, but also others who are my age and in my age group, but are new to trading, which I love possibly even more. And if that's you, come on over and join our group. Love to have some old people. I'm having fun with you now, but old and young, just come on over if you have a beginner's mind again, and love to learn and have a positive attitude. And if you're a nice person, we want nice people in the group, and if you're here watching this, I'm sure you're a very nice person, and so would welcome you in the free Telegram group. The link is in the description of the video, I believe, still, and it's open to you. Here we go, guys. Watching closely now. Watching closely. We're looking for 30 points on this. Given the time of day and the sluggishness of today, I'm still not overly optimistic we're going to hit this one, but I'm trusting the process, and that's all we can do. And that's the name of the game here, trusting the process. We're going to run into some resistance right here. And through here. I possibly should be, targeting. Let me just for fun here, let me take a look. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go for 25 points on this, guys. I can just see how sluggish this is. And because of what I just showed you, and this is about, again, dancing with the market, I'm going to tighten my stop now to 25 points as well. It is now a 1-to-1. But I want to show you this. Now that I've seen this, of course I noted it earlier before I got in the trade, but this is the range we're dealing with. And so I'm going to ask to get to the other side. Near the other side of that range, and that's going to be my target now. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm cutting back a little bit on my original, just five points on my original idea, my target idea, but I've also tightened my stop by 5 points as well. And you'll see me do this from time to time on my videos as I analyze and assess current price action, the biology of the candles in front of us. This is a low VIX day. I would normally go for 30, 40, 60 points on the Dow. Definitely not today. 25 is ample for this move, and I would even only go for 25, as much as 25 points, because we're coming out of the twilight zone. So I'm looking for 679 here. I'm just going to make sure my own bracket is there. It actually wasn't. I was still stuck at the old one, so I'm just going to narrow that a little bit here. You see it's running into this resistance already. All this stuff right there. See? Rejections. All these rejection wicks and bodies. And it's rejecting there again, because some of those participants, of course, are still there. This is only minutes ago, right? I mean, these are, when I say minutes ago, 2 hours ago, literally. It's 11:34, and right now it's 1:34. So they're still sitting there. When I say they, it could be people, it could be institutions, foundations, endowments, mutual fund managers, ETF managers, retail traders. It could be algos. It could be computer programs sitting there still from earlier, waiting for that price. They want to short there. They want to short. They shorted all the way through here. Let price drop down, come back, short again, drop down, come back, short again, drop down, short again. Or people buying here, taking profits here. So selling again and selling again and selling again, right? And that selling pressure tends to repeat itself here for a while. Eventually it gets burned out, and then prices continue. And then we have a different game that we're playing. This is also why zones are a real thing, and why they happen over and over again, and why it really is central to my style of trading. Patient here now, guys. It's 135. Getting slowly closer to when volume should pick up, and that can work against us or for us. It depends on the day. There's that selling coming in again. Let me show you this on the Three Sisters. I'm going to expand this now so we can get a little bit more expression out of this market. And of course the Dow, the one on the far right, is the one that we're in, or the one that I'm in, and it's going the wrong way. Patience. Delete that marker. Copy. Paste, because this is the new one. Remember, I moved my stop a little bit. You can see the stop is now below the the 30-minute wick, the prior candle. Definitely getting rejected here. You see that very clear topping tail on the 30-minute chart, and the indecision on the daily chart here. All right, for your sake, guys, I'm going to put you back on pause, and I will bring you back. And still just grinding around here, guys. It's been a longish trade. I mean, I've entered in 102, I believe it was. It's now 148. So we're getting up there, closing in on that back end of the second part of Twilight Zone. 2 o'clock is what I'm talking about. So from about 11:45 till 2 p.m. is that Twilight Zone, that bar coding that often happens, that we did see today. And so looking for a little bit of volume at that point. If I survive that long, this thing could absolutely drop before then and take me out. I'm going to clear this out now. I made my point about how the rejection here, we did in fact get rejected there. It makes me wonder if I should have just taken it. But that's human nature, right? And I'm the first person to admit that. All right, I'm sticking with my 25 points here, guys. Looking for this to blow through. Patience. Staying with it. The trade idea is still very much intact. Remember, it's a zone reversal to fire it back up this way. Don't know how far it can or will go, obviously, ever. There's rejection stuff in here. I'm just trying to get to there. It's a partial wick fill. Really what it is, guys, let me expand this so you can see it. You see these 3 rejections? These 2 are rejections. That's a normal wick. I'm just basically splitting the difference. It's kind of in here. Well, not really. If you remember, my original was splitting the difference. It was up here and I've pulled it back, so that explains why. All right, so just being patient, guys. It's I'm almost falling asleep, quite frankly. You can probably tell by my tone of voice. And one of those days, I thought yesterday was like that too. We called it Sloppy Monday. Sent out that on Twitter and certainly in my Telegram group. And now we're getting a kind of a sleepy Tuesday, and it actually does affect you as a trader, especially one who's up at 1:20, 1:15, 1:20 this morning and sat through all of London, which opens at 3 a.m. I was up before then doing some charts and having no trades. This is my first trade of the day, guys, and it's again, it's 1:50 in the afternoon now, New York time. Back on pause. Patiently waiting to see if we can press through here to a new high. Targeting those 25 points on a very sleepy day. Patience. Watching. One more push, guys. One more push. Can we do it? That's the point right there, guys. It's trying to get through. It actually did hit my target. Yeah, so my target was hit. This is just a marker. I want to wait. I wanted to see. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. I always want my viewers to see the market get blown through, and we did. Thank you for your patience, guys. Really appreciate your support. Click the like button if you will. Apparently, it helps the algorithm. You know the deal. And leave a comment. Love to get to know you, meet you. Come on by the free Telegram group, and have an amazing afternoon and evening. Take care.